is Michael's show. Just let him talk.
It's a pick show.
It's Mike's show.
I was expecting the disrespect. I was trying to fight the disrespect.
Before it even came.
What I was going to say is we have this card over here just mumbling off a bunch of nonsense the entire time, and no one's fact-checking this and we're just yelling numbers but saying them at odd spacing so you don't know when one stat starts. Good evening, degenerates, and welcome to Degen Hours Friday NFL episode.
Friday.
It is week 13.
Wow.
Week
This
13.
season's going by way too fast.
Yeah,
Way
it's
too
flying.
fast.
Too fast.
You'll notice if you watch the other episodes, this is consistent. Mario's not with us this week, unfortunately.
Shout out.
He will still have pre-recorded clips that will go in at the end of the episode for his card, and we have his Mortal Lock that is in the parlay. All five of us in the Mortal Lock parlay. We went 4-1 last week, 5-0 coming this week. We have a lot of games to talk about. Week 13, NFL season's moving by super quickly. Without further ado, let's get right into the action.
Oh, yeah.
Game numero uno on the slate out of 5 that we're going to talk about. Broncos at Texans. This game, preseason, I'm sure nobody thought would be an interesting one.
Nope.
And all of a sudden, it's between two teams that are both playing pretty good football. Broncos, 5 straight wins. Russell Wilson playing out of his mind. And C.J. Stroud still putting together an unbelievable rookie season.
Locked in
Texans,
rookie of the year.
both teams 6-5 in that playoff hunt. Houston at home, -3.5, total 47.5. Tate, starting it off with you. How do you feel about this game?
Shout out Mike, Mortal Lock of the Week.
Thank you.
Texans -3.5. I love this spot for the Texans. Losing to the Jags last week. They definitely had a chance to win that game. Jags are a good team, so
Shout out Jags.
Yeah, shout out Jags.
Shout out Jags.
But this is really all over the Texans this week. I think we talked 2 days ago about how the Broncos have been on fire. The hottest team in the NFL.
Hottest team.
Fire.
So why on earth are they underdogs to the Texans? They've only beat bad teams. Texans are a good team. Michael threw out a bunch of stats about his Mortal Lock, and I absolutely am all over the Texans this week. They're on my card. I was over them before Michael had it as Mortal Lock, so I absolutely love the Texans. Texans. Let's ride.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broncos country, we're not riding this week.
Yeah, no riding. I'm just going to... This is a bounce-back week for the Texans. They didn't even play that bad last week. They had a lot of...
Great game.
A lot of opportunities they didn't finish on, but, that's just a young team that they're going to learn from. Especially, they could have game-winning drive. They could have done something with it. Missed a field goal. Happens. I think this is a big week for them. I think this week, after a loss with a young team, is a big push to see if you're ready for the playoffs. Like, if you're willing to bounce back, show a little maturity, have a good game against a team that's the hottest team in the league. Yeah. I love this spot. I love the -3.5, and I'll be hammering the under. I don't think Broncos are going to score a lot of points, and I think the Texans will handle business. Their defense is actually better than people think, and they're also young on the flip side, so they're going to just get better and better. I like a gross 21-10 game, 24-10 game. Texans, baby. Let's go.
I love that.
Yeah, I love the spot for the Texans as well. I last week was all over the Jaguars. I thought that was an easy spot for them. And similarly to how I like the Jaguars last week against the Texans, I love the Texans this week against the Broncos. I think C.J. Stroud is legit, and I'm really not sold on the Broncos at all as a team. Russell Wilson hasn't been turning the ball over. I don't think it really matters. They really don't score a lot of points. And the Texans do score. The Texans last week still scored, I think, 21 points. And in a game where their offense did not look like it was really doing that much against the Jags. I think they score at least 21 points, and I don't think the Broncos score that much. So, yeah, I love the Texans here at -3.5. And, Mike, I know you're more to lock. Houston Texans.
Very obviously, I'm all over the Texans -3.
Consensus.
But
Let's say it's consensus. Come on.
Consensus.
All right. Well, hopefully
baby.
it's a consensus. But similarly to what Ryan and what Tyler was saying, I'm also taking the under of 47.5. Broncos, just quickly, they are 5-6 on the over, so obviously they're hitting more unders. And Houston is 4-7 on the over, so obviously more unders there as well. Talking about the Broncos, they have the number 27 offensive line going against the sack. They allow it 9.38% of the time. Russell Wilson is just getting hit like no other.
Oh, yeah.
And then similar to what both you and Ty were saying, Houston has a sneaky good defense. So, Texans -3.5. 3.5 here, obviously, as my mortal, and under 47.5. Those are my 2 big plays.
Okay.
Love it.
Love it. Next game, big game for me, actually. Dolphins at Commanders. Miami -9.5, total 49.5.
Yep.
I'll go ahead. We give out the mortal locks on Thursday, as we always do. This was my first NFL mortal in ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
definitely
Actually.
ever.
I was going to say in a long
No,
time,
ever.
but it's definitely ever. Yeah, I have Washington +9.5 at home. Easy. I'll repeat what I said for the mortal lock. 29% of bets on the Commanders and 83% of the money.
Oh, yeah.
All sharp money is on Commanders. Most of the bets are on the Dolphins. This is fish money. Don't swim with the fish. Don't be in the sea with the Dolphins. Ride the Commanders. Home dogs here. It's my mortal lock. But Ryan.
Yeah, I love that. I love the Commanders plus the points here. It's too many points. I think the Dolphins are a little shady. I think especially on the road this week. I think they're going to both score a lot of points, but the Commanders are going to be in it. At worst, it's just a shootout. The Commanders are in it the whole way. Howell ball. But yeah, I love the Commanders plus 9.5. And I love the over, actually. I think it's so high for a reason. Like, people might see an almost 50-point over.
49.5 is a lot.
And people might go, whoa,
Yeah.
like in Commanders, like if I think it's close. No, I think it's going to be a shootout and a lot of points, and I love it. And I do love the Commanders in a close game.
Yeah, you brought up a good point with Sam Howell. That guy he's the most yards, I think.
No, yeah,
Weirdly, yeah.
He's
Yeah, it's
balling
pretty
as much
strange.
as he can, even though he's the most sacked quarterback by like a mile.
Yeah.
So, like,
their
he's doing
offensive
his
line's
can.
not doing him any
Doing what he
favors.
can, yeah.
Number 29 in the league.
Yeah, not great.
Tate.
Shout out your mortal lock this week. I'm not gonna take a side on this game because I think it's kind of like a really scary spot. It's definitely a sharp spot. So I don't love either side. So I'm not gonna make a pick on that. But I really like the over. I think it's just gonna be a shootout. I'm not gonna say much more about it just because I love the idea of it just being points. You know, I think they're just gonna be going back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this definitely could be a really high scoring game. Mike.
Yeah. Out of respect for Tyler's mortal and also out of respect to me understanding that I am a fish, I've admitted I am a fish this entire year.
Dolphins.
I was all over the Dolphins.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Dolphins.
I have a bunch of, rapid fire Dolphin stats.
Give us the stats.
Yeah,
Give
here's
us
the
Give us
stats.
the
Rip
stats.
it off.
Dolphins rapid fire stats. Number 2 in the offense, averaging 30.8 points per game. They're number 1 in yards per game, averaging 430.5 yards per game. Number 1 in yards per rush at 5.5 per rush, and number 2 in yards per pass at 8.3. Commanders are number 31 in yards per pass allowed. Yeah, Commies also have the number 29 offensive line, allowing it 10.14% of the time. Going against the Dolphins, sack defense with number 6, averaging 9.13 sacks per
This is
play.
the Dolphins murder, is what you're saying.
No, I'm taking it off my card out of respect. I am a fish.
No respect. No, put it on the card.
No,
Put it on the card. I
can
want it
make-
on
you
your
can-
card.
Yeah,
I want it
yeah,
on
yeah,
your card.
I'm not taking it in play.
He's doing alt spread.
I want it on your card.
Not
He's taking it off the
in
card, putting alt spread up.
Alt spread.
Yeah, I
Not
want it
taking it.
on your card, please. For my mortal, can you put it on your card?
Also, the Commanders are the worst team when it comes to turnover differential at -9.
Oh my
There's
God.
literally
So
no
now it
way
has
you
to be
can't
on
not
your
put
card.
that on
Yeah,
your
now you
card.
gotta put it on your
Are
card.
you
You
just
said 400,000
all the
stats.
You gotta
stats
put it on
and
your
then you're
card.
taking it off?
Put it on your card.
And the Fins have the number 3 offensive line, allowing the sack only 4.52%.
All right, now it's on your card. We're putting it on his card.
Add it to
We're
your
putting
card.
it on his card. You have
Dolphins
to.
on Mike's card.
I'm not adding it to your
No, you have
card,
to.
but I'm taking the under 49.5.
Yeah, you really got to put it on the card. Jesus.
And the Dolphins.
No.
We're going to add it. No matter what he says, add Dolphins to his card. Next game. It's going on the card. It's for sure the game of the week.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
For sure.
Best football game we have had since last week.
Since last time. We're really getting rewarded here.
Yeah, we are.
49ers
kidding.
at Eagles.
Good stretch.
The Eagles 10-1. Best record in the NFL. 3-point underdog. San Francisco is favored. -3, total 46.5. Oh my goodness. Oh my God, what a game. Mike, I'm coming back to you. Your favorite offense in the league, 49ers.
They were, for 1 week, my favorite offense, and I turned my back on them after that 1 week because I realized cheaters never prosper. That was a life lesson for you viewers. Cheaters never prosper. Don't be a cheater. Cheaters suck. Wow. This is actually a really, really crazy game. Very strange because offensively, both teams rank number 3, tied for an average of 28.2 points per game. And the number 1 and number 2 defense is going against each other. So, I mean, it's pretty lit. But
I mean, it's a good game.
yeah, no, great game.
good game.
However, at the end of the day,
How in the universe are the Eagles the number 2 defense?
Yeah, that just
According to what?
that can't be
I
right.
gotta hear the stat because there's no way like rank. I mean, they gave up
they're not.
34 to the Bills
they're
last
not.
week at home. They gave up 31 to the
Number
Commanders.
20. Number 20.
Okay, thank you. Well, they gotta stop that. I was almost gonna let it slide, and then I like thought about it. Oh, dude.
There's a large gap between the 2 and the 0, and I can't really read.
Oh my god!
No.
Holy shit!
2 and 20. That's
We
wild.
gotta start double checking these stats.
No,
Yeah.
that's what's funny is that we have
Michael rambling
have-
on about stats and nobody's checking them. Yeah, it's hilarious. Anyways,
Can you
I
look?
think
Let the guy talk. He
This
has a
is
comment.
Michael's show. Just let him talk.
It's a pig show.
Mike's show.
I was expecting the disrespect. I was trying to fight the disrespect.
Before it even came.
what I was
Yeah,
gonna
before
say
it
is
came.
we have this card over here just mumbling off a bunch of nonsense the entire time, and no one's fact checking this. And
See?
we're just yelling numbers, but saying them at odd spacing, so you don't know when one stat starts and the next begins, and you're just, and they're the third and the sack percent 3.43% of the time. I mean, it's ridiculous. This guy and his numbers, it's unbelievable. What was your pick?
Yeah, what's the pick?
I'm leaning on the Eagles here because the 49ers play a slightly more sloppy game of football.
And they have the second best defense.
They are the number 30th when it comes
here
to
we go.
penalty yards per game,
we go.
averaging 59.2 penalty yards per game. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Nice. I love that.
Mike's stats convinced me. I'm riding with you. Eagles all the way, baby. Those stats just put me over the edge. It was so well put out,
hate
so
this guy
well
so much.
set up. The number 2 defense,
Number 2.
plus a far apart 0. The 20th
You don't
defense.
say the 2.0.
Either way, are you really letting me take the 10-1 Eagles as 3-point dogs at home? I mean, yes, please. Sign me up for that. I'll have what she's having. I love the Eagles here, plus the 3. 49ers are good. I can see the 49ers win the game. But the Eagles is 3-point dogs at home. It's too good to not take. It's just like we just had Black Friday and Cyber Monday or whatever this weekend. This is like you see a huge for sale sign on like the hottest ticket in the store, and you're like, man, I know I probably shouldn't buy it, but it's just too good
You're
of a
gonna buy it.
price. Like it's just too good of a price. So I'm just taking the Eagles, couple units, and just gonna smile and watch the game. That's my strategy here. I'm sure the 49ers can win the game. They're both very good
Yeah.
teams, but give me the plus 3.
Yeah. First off, I'm going to take the under at 46.5. Whatever happens, I think it'll be a good game. It'll be close. I just think for this game that the 49ers they have to win this game. Like, this is they got last year, all you heard for about, since the whole offseason, that Brock Purdy got hurt. And that was the reason why they didn't beat this Eagles team. And I think that this is the game to either say, everyone's going to laugh at you because they're going to say it didn't matter if the Eagles won, if they win this game. I think here the 49ers are going to win this game. Personally, I think Eagles can lose this game, and it's not the biggest deal in the world to them.
No,
they lose
they're
the game,
still 10-2.
They're still 10-2. I
They
will
don't
walk to
care,
the
yeah.
1 seed, and it's the scratch on your card. You learn from the next week.
Yeah.
Niners have everything rolling with them. They're absolutely on fire. They've been destroying every team.
Since they got
without a
Chase
doubt.
Young, their defense looks
Yep.
like.
Yeah, it just looks
They're
too good.
unstoppable.
I think the Eagles still have to put together a couple of things, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Their offense looks okay at times. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith never want to be good together. It's really weird.
Facts.
I don't know why they don't want to be like 80 and 80, 100 and 100. It's like 110 or like one catch or vice versa.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe the Eagles, they prove me wrong and they're really the best team in the world. But I think the Niners are gonna like poke a couple holes in their defense, and I think they'll cover this -3.
All right, Tate.
Yeah, I alluded to this a little bit in the Wednesday roundup
yeah.
episode that I thought there was going to be a change up in the MVP odds, and I think there will. I think the 49ers should handle business here. We've seen kind of some weird weak spots from the Eagles. Like they don't look that good, but they win games.
They do win.
They do win. So they do win. Like they kind of show up.
Which is the most important thing.
No, that is the
Yeah.
most important thing.
Very true.
But I think they're playing an absolute juggernaut of a San Francisco 49ers team.
They are.
And I've been on them ever since they added Chase Young, so I'm going to continue to ride them. I think this is going to be one of my biggest plays of the week in 49ers -3.
Woo!
And you think
I like
Jalen
it.
Hurts falls off from that MVP favorite?
No,
Does
I think.
Brock Purdy take his place?
Oh gosh, let's not go there. I mean,
All right,
I'm not
we
that-
don't
I'm not
have
that
to go there. We don't have to go there.
Just a little drop off.
just a little drop off.
It's gonna be a good game, though.
No,
I hope
It's
so.
gonna
I
be
hope
a
it's a good game.
Next game is the Sunday night game. Chiefs at Packers. Not as big of a game as it used to be with Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
Doesn't have the
Rodgers.
same- doesn't have the same ring to
Oh
it.
wait, no, he's not there.
No, he's not there. Kansas City -6.5 on the road. The total is 42.5. Tate, I'm going back to you. Start this one off. Are you riding with the Super Bowl champions?
Dude, I just have a rule, and I don't bet against the Chiefs. I just don't. Like I don't like betting against the best player in football. So when I don't want to, I just bet on the over under. This is not one of those cases. I'm still betting on the Chiefs -6.5.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna be a fish this week.
Okay.
On this game. I love the Chiefs -6.5. The Packers kind of have their spots. They won last week against outright as 7.5-point underdogs against the Lions. But
Yep.
the Lions, they do stuff. They lose on Thanksgiving. That's just a tradition.
It is tradition.
Yeah, it's
They
a
haven't
tradition.
won in like 7 years or something.
Yeah, you know, it's a tradition.
Yeah.
It's like the moon.
Yeah.
They have to.
So that was sharp spot last week.
No, there's a thing like if there's a certain moon, they've lost the last 15.
Oh,
years.
Waxing Gibbous.
Oh, yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have 15 straight losses.
Shout
in the
out
family.
Waxing Gibbous.
Friend of the pod.
Shout out
Dang.
the moon. No, we're just gonna take the Chiefs here. They showed us that they could really show up when they want to against the Raiders last week. Wow, down 14-0. They were just like, nope, I think we're gonna cover.
31 straight.
Like we're gonna cover the
Yeah.
10. Yeah, 31 straight. Absolutely dominant. I think this Packers team is not that good. They just have their spots. I don't think this is one of their
Yeah,
spots.
it's the NFC. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of good
Yeah,
teams.
Yeah, that's rough.
Give me the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to agree. I can't bet against Mahomes. I hope that the Chiefs found their offensive get going last week. Kelsey finally had a good game. Rice was eating. Mahomes was finding spots. Nothing was really off with their team, and I just hope that they found a click because I mean that stat that they haven't scored a point in the second half of the last 5 games is wild.
Crazy.
Before last week, so.
That's crazy.
Hopefully, yeah, unbelievable. Hopefully, this is the momentum they need to get going. I think this -6.5 is free. I don't see how this game is close, especially with Chiefs defense being as good as they are this year, best they've had in a long time. And then I like the over 42.5. I think, like I said, I think they found their offense, and it'll be points, a lot for the Chiefs.
Yeah, your Chiefs in the over.
No, you got to be Packers in the under.
Packers in the under.
It's
Yeah.
always how it is.
This is Packers plus the 6.5 here. Chiefs aren't good. Their offense isn't good. They don't score many points. I don't think
They're 5th in the league.
Well, they don't score a lot.
All right.
And I love betting against Super Bowl champion against the spread every single game.
You do.
Every single game.
You do.
And here, I mean, the Packers 6.5-point home underdogs. It's like my favorite thing to ever bet on in the world is home underdogs, especially when you start getting weather. I know it's cold in Kansas City too, so it's not like it's a big factor between Lambeau and Kansas City. But regardless, I'm not a fan of the Chiefs offense. You can say what you want about how many points they score, or who they play, or whatever. I've watched this team play, and they don't have a receiver. I mean, Rashee Rice is coming into his own as a rookie. They don't have anyone else on that team. And the Packers, I mean, they are got to be a little juiced up after last week, beating what was the second-ranked team in the conference. So, yeah, I like the Packers, and if I were to bet over-unders, which I stopped doing a couple weeks ago, I would bet under big in a big way here. I don't think many points are scored from either team.
Well,
Wow. Feel like I've been with Team Ryan a lot today. But yeah, I'm gonna go Packers and the over. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
He's with Ryan.
Sorry. Mario's not here. I had to do it to somebody.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I'm-
fair. Every week.
fair.
Every
He's
week.
right with Ryan.
He's right with
Packers
Ryan.
in the
Give
under.
me the Packers.
Like I said, I had to do it to somebody.
Give me the
but,
Packers.
Chiefs and the over here is the play. No stats are needed. I mean, it's Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and Jordan Love and the Packers. That Packers suck. Chiefs learned how to score last week.
These are the stats that I like.
Yeah, I like that.
Packers suck, Chiefs good.
Well,
Let's
dude,
move
This is
on.
what makes
Well,
me
dude,
more
like-
confident picking like underdogs. Is just when people pick favorites regardless of the points. Just like Packers suck. Doesn't matter what the spread is.
Yeah, I mean,
Chiefs.
and then there's the Bears who think that they're smarter than everyone else. But
oh,
you know,
bang.
Aren't you the only person on the entire podcast below 50% on the year?
absolutely
And you
correct.
picked the least amount of games.
Absolutely correct.
And he's that confident.
And you've won under 50% of your mortal locks.
Absolutely correct.
Okay, continue.
I just like the Chiefs and the over here.
Yeah.
Chiefs in the over.
There's
There's a line in the sand.
No, I mean, you
100%.
said we were
He's
talking
right, he's
about.
right.
Remember this
Twilight.
next week, if the Chiefs win the
Twilight.
room, we're going crazy.
Oh yeah, we're going crazy. We're clipping everything.
Oh,
The Chiefs is impossible for the Chiefs in the over to go. Impossible.
Impossible.
Is it impossible to you, Mike?
well, it's not impossible.
It's not
Impossible.
It's actually plausible.
Do I sense a wager coming?
I'll give you 2.5 to 1 on a $100 bet that the Chiefs and the over don't hit. So you need to hit both. It's basically you're taking the side, the total parlay in the game, and I'll
Does it
lay-
push if one of them hits?
Yeah, what if one hits?
No. It's like a parlay. Like it's like he's betting the Chiefs in the over, and I'm giving him 2.5 to 1 on the ticket. Same as a parlay.
And then he'll give you 2.5 to 1 if the If it's Packers in the under, and then it pushes if one.
It works as if he's giving me 2.5 to 1 odds. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Just like a parlay.
$100.
100 to win 250.
Yeah.
Right in the sand, dude. This is lit.
There we go.
Woo!
So if either misses,
Dude,
if
Mahomes
either
goes
misses,
electric.
you owe me $100.
Yeah.
If either one of them misses.
That's how a parlay works.
Yes.
All right, I just want to be clear.
$250.
I want to be clear because some Tate was.
Yeah, maybe
saying
at the
some
end
other
of this pod, we'll put up like betting terminology and definitions. So
Whoa, betting terminology for you, Ty.
for me or the viewers.
just in general.
I'm the one who just laid out the bet.
Just in general.
I clearly
In
understand.
general,
He didn't say towards you. He said
It was just in
general.
general.
Public spreads.
We
good
have
bettors, bad bettors.
a lot of people viewing, and
lot
I'm
of
trying to
people
help the people viewing.
He's trying to help.
To help the
welcome.
people as well, can you remind them what happened last time we made a live bet on the podcast?
Dude, I don't know. It's been a while.
We can pull up that. Pull up that.
Flashback.
No,
Put
that was,
your money
that
where your
was
mouth
a
is.
joke and an exaggeration.
All right, let's bet on the game.
You also can't win by 7. You
Let's bet
can't
on the
win by
game.
a
Let's
half
bet on the
point.
game then. 3.5. I'll bet you as much as you want.
I'll bet $200.
Done.
Baby, we have a live
Done.
bet.
It's been
pull that clip up.
a week and a half, and a week and a half ago, Michael paid me $200
Oh,
because
yeah,
he
Steelers
incorrectly
won. Yeah, the
picked
Steelers.
against the Steelers.
And Mike, are you gonna get it all
again
back on this bet?
every single year.
Oh, that'd be lit, huh?
And you're up. You're
Every
up
lit.
actually. If you hit this,
That'd be
you're
lit.
Hit
up.
it back.
That'd be lit.
He's not gonna hit it.
He's not gonna hit it.
Last game.
No chance.
Last game, big
No
game,
way.
Monday night football game. It's actually Mario's Mortal. Bengals
yeah.
at Jaguars, Jacksonville -8, total 37.5. We're going to start with Mario, who's not here. But if he were here, he would tell you that the Jacksonville Jaguars are his mortal lock.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And he's on relegation watch.
He
He
needs
is
this.
also on road.
He's lost back-to-back mortals. This is his line in the sand game. He's 10-4 on the year.
He's lost more mortals in the last 2 weeks than 14 weeks.
Yeah, it's
not good.
it's actually crazy. But this is his mortal lock. So, Michael, going to go to you now after Mario giving this his mortal. Are you riding with Mario, or are the Bengals too good here as +8 points favorites or underdogs?
Yeah, I'm actually gonna kind of repeat what Mario gave his reasoning for his mortal, is that the Bengals without Joe Burrow are seemingly a broken franchise. They can't really get much together, and the Jaguars have, I mean, they've been rolling. They've been doing a lot of good things recently. They've been making a case for why they should be, serious playoff contenders. Interestingly enough, they aren't super efficient when they're rushing to get down the field. But with that being said, they're number 8 in rushing touchdowns per game. I mean, they average over one a game, and points are all that matters at the end of the day. So Jags -8 here. I'm riding with Mario, and yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Clearly, riding with the Jaguars.
yeah.
I am a Jaguars fan after I'm a Steelers fan. And I got to watch my Steelers cover against the Bengals last week. The Steelers' offense is terrible. I mean, although we had a lot of yards, we scored one offensive touchdown, and it was a rushing touchdown with Najee Harris. The Jaguars are going to score a whole lot more than one offensive touchdown on this team. This game is a blowout. I mean, I feel Vegas is pain here. They can't make this like a double-digit number because the Bengals still have some good players on their team, relatively decent defense, but no, this number is gonna get blown out of the water. Jacksonville possibly by 40, and that's why I like the over actually as well. I do think the Jags score, and I think the Bengals can put up like 13 points. So I think it could be a 30-13 game or something like that.
It is Monday Night Football, though.
Yeah, I know the unders love
13-1.
I know people love the unders there.
This is really low.
I think
this is really low.
I think the Jaguars score a lot of points,
Yeah.
like a lot of points on this
I
team.
kind of like it.
So yeah, I'm all over the Jags and Brian with Mario's mortal.
I like it.
This is so frustrating because I know you said the thing about Vegas can't put this number high. I've seen so many Cowboys games where it's like 10, 11, even Dolphins games where it's 10, 11, 12. That's where this should be. Like this should be at 12, like 10 to the 12 range. This should not be at 8. I mean, this is 1 point over a touchdown. That being said, I don't care. Jacksonville's going to kill him. I just know I'm never, ever, ever taking the Bengals without Joe Burrow. I don't care who they have. A
They
quarterback.
look terrible.
I don't know
Yeah,
shit
they
who
look
they
really
have.
bad.
They
They
look
have
so
no
bad.
rhythm, no offense. I mean, that team's going to implode on itself. I'm going to just take Jacksonville, and unfortunately, I got to go with the prime time. I've been going at the prime time.
No, I know.
bet,
No,
and
I
I
know.
lost so
Prime time
much.
I don't
unders
even
are-
have
I'm
it on the
just-
card
yeah.
this week because this is too
I'm just
sick.
betting under 37.5 because I gotta start following things that win me money.
It's
like,
wild.
just
Yeah,
stupid of
no,
me.
it's crazy.
But yeah,
every week.
That's why I
Jaguars
love
over.
the over.
That's
I love the over.
Yeah. No, this is gonna be a consensus pick with the Jags.
6
Let's
and 3,
go.
6 and 3, 6 and
Go.
3.
Jaguars.
Bang.
Jaguars.
Jaguars
Jags.
minus the 8, easy way.
Ram.
Easy way.
all I'm gonna say is I think it's just really hard for the Bengals to get up for any games the rest of the year. I mean, you're going out every game just being like, dude, we're the underdogs and we have no reason to win.
They
like,
look so defeated in
the
the
captain
postgame.
of their ship is dead,
Yeah.
and they're riding a captainless ship, and they're like, we have no idea what to do.
Did you see Jamar Chase in the post game basically just saying like next question for everything?
Dude,
They're asking him. He's just
over
like
it.
he's like
He's
yeah,
depressed.
whatever.
Yeah, it's just
Like,
sad. No, it's sad. It's just sad what's going on in Cincinnati. So just give me the Jags. There's no. I mean, love the mortal lock, Mario. This should be easy. Jags.
Yeah.
Easy
Yep.
win.
If Vegas win, Vegas is just broke.
Bengals. I don't know. If
I mean,
there's
Vegas,
even-
Vegas is rich.
Vegas is rich.
I don't even know if there's a world where.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why
Bengals-
I'm just
yeah.
so.
It just doesn't make sense.
doesn't
Yeah,
make it.
it's
I think the
yeah.
slide's probably going to move.
The
a lot.
talent gap
Yeah.
is
Go to
wild.
10. Go to
This,
10.
this line might go to 10.
Yeah.
But wow, there you have it. Those were the 5 main games this week. Now let's talk all of our NFL cards.
Oh yeah.
Bang.
The NFL cards are where we tell you every single bet we are taking this Sunday and Monday for the NFL Week 13 action. Tate, kick us off. Give us every bet you're taking.
7-1 last week. 7-1 should have been 8-0.
Unbelievable.
Very hot, hot, hot.
Unbelievable.
Red hot. That's why we're
Hot.
giving out more picks
Red
than
hot.
last week.
Red hot.
Okay, we're gonna start with the Lions Saints under 45.5. No points. Saints plus the 4 against the Lions. Lions maybe
Double
might be,
dipping.
yeah, they might be a little on a downswing here. I'm gonna take advantage.
Love it.
Saints should not be. Yeah, it should be killed. So I love the 4. Cardinals Steelers over 40.5. Weird line. I love the Steelers offense opening up. 40.5
scoring points.
Sharp
Points
spot.
and
Sorry, boys. Cardinals plus the 5.5
Ooh.
against the
That's not
Steelers.
gonna work out well.
Yeah, weird spot.
You can have one loss. You said 7-1 last week, so that's your one loss.
That's my one loss.
I love it.
It's gonna be a win. Rams minus the 3.5. Shout out Ryan Mortalock versus against the Browns.
Bang.
Titans plus the 1 against the Colts. They've been sneaky good at home this year.
Undefeated.
Ryan, yep, undefeated at home. Ryan mentioned last week they're underdogs at home. Mike Vrabel, dog at home.
That's a bar.
Texans, shout out Michael, minus 3.5 against
Bang.
the Broncos. Bucks Panthers over 36.5. I think after Frank Reich is gone, open up the offense a little bit.
Yeah.
49ers minus the 3 at the Eagles. Big bet. Chargers minus the 6 at the Patriots. Why do I keep betting on the Chargers?
Yes. That's a sunken
Should I
shit.
take
Yeah.
soft card?
They're so bad.
Now we're keeping it on.
They're so
Okay.
bad. They're
Chiefs-
the only leg that killed both of our parlays.
I know.
Tate.
it
Think
was-
about that.
Yeah, it hurt. That hurt.
We both hit huge parlays if the Chargers cover last week.
Gotta cover eventually, right?
No.
You gotta do it once.
No, I'm staying with the Chargers.
Definition of insanity, you know?
No, I'm insane. Chiefs minus the 6.5 at the Packers. Shout out the best player in football. And Jaguars minus the 8 on Monday night against the Bengals.
You just called
Love
Jordan
it.
Love the best player in football.
I mean,
That's sharp.
Sharp.
He has the same stats as the MVP right now.
Yep.
All right. Starting my NFL card, we have the Saints plus 4 against the Lions. Telling you all year, Lions are frauds. Prove it this game. Colts Titans under 43.5. I just don't see points in this game. This is a gross game. Love the under. Texans minus 3.5. Shout out Mike's Mortal. Love it. Texans Browns under 47.5. Broncos. I don't see how the Broncos score, so I love the under in the game. Dolphins Commanders over 49.5 points and points. And shout out Tyler's Mortal Commanders plus 9.5. Free. Niners minus 3 versus Eagles. I just like it. I think they win. I also have Niners team total over 28.5 versus the Eagles. I don't think the Eagles are going to score. I don't think the Eagles defense can stop them, so I think the Niners are going to score all over them. Browns Ravens under 39.5. Browns Rams. Sorry, I was bored.
I was like, what the heck?
Browns Rams under 39.5. I just think no team scores there, and Rams win it easily. Chiefs minus 6.5 plus Chiefs team total over 24.5. And then Monday Night Football, Jacksonville minus 8 and Jacksonville team total over 23.
Okay.
Bang.
Love that.
wow, wait. Add 49ers team total over 28.5 to my card.
Bang.
Added.
Added it.
Done.
Added.
It's already added.
I've never done actually an NFL Mortal, but obviously Mortals aren't on your card.
No.
No.
All right. I was just making sure because I've actually never had a situation where I had an NFL pick that wasn't on my card.
That's what
Tripped me out.
That is true.
All right, here we go. Texans minus 3.5. Love that pick. We already talked about
Bang.
it. Eagles plus the 3. Packers plus the 6.5. And Jacksonville minus the 8. Those are the games we already talked about. 4 more games that we didn't talk about. Steelers minus 5.5 at home against the Cardinals. I know you picked the Cardinals, Tate. It's a bad pick. Steelers roll here. Bucks minus 5 at home against the Panthers. Look, Panthers is that free square on the bingo card. You get to bet against the Panthers every week. They want to get last place. They want to tank for actually no reason because
You can't get anything.
well,
Totally.
so it actually doesn't help their first round pick, but it helps the rest of their draft picks
Yeah.
as well. So I don't know. Panthers just terrible. They're never going to cover. Falcons -3 at the Jets. Look, this is an ugly game.
Yeah.
This is a really ugly game, but the Falcons can still win the division.
No.
They're in first in the
As long as they
division.
do it with 8 wins.
They're
sure.
in first in the division. They actually have something to play for. The Jets don't. Give me the Falcons minus the points. And last, Browns +3.5 at Rams.
Pain.
Yeah, it hurts. Well, going with my mortal game, we're going to do Broncos Texans under 44.5. We're going to do Eagles +3 against San Francisco. Chiefs -6.5 against the Packers. We're going to do Mario's mortal Jags -8 against the Bengals. Shout out Mario. Rams Browns under 39.5. Rams -3.5 against
Gracias.
the Browns. Colts Titans over 43.5. I'm sorry, Rye, but I just think there's going to be points.
That's fine.
I don't know why, but for some reason I think there's going to be points. And lastly, but not leastly, Panthers Bucks under 37.5 because both these teams just suck.
Yeah, no
Why
points.
did you
No
apologize
points.
to me? I bet that over.
They said me.
No, I bet the Bucks. Panthers.
I didn't apologize.
He said sorry to you.
No, I said sorry
to you.
I said
about-
sorry to Ryan about
He
the
says
Colts
Colts
Titans
Titans
over.
over.
He
I have
has
the under.
Colts Titans under.
But I have the Bucks over, and he bet the under. Why,
didn't
did he,
get it.
why did he only apologize to you?
He didn't get a
I
sorry.
didn't- well,
I didn't get a
I-
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You didn't get a sorry.
To be honest, I didn't remember. But
In all
That's
fairness,
So you
I
don't-
didn't change my card because I still have the Browns against Ryan's mortal. But in honor of integrity, I'm going to leave it on the card.
yeah,
Just man of
I'm
my
a
word.
good friend, so I'm not gonna put the Dolphins -9.5 on there.
Please put it on your card,
I'm
actually.
not
No,
doing
no,
it.
shot.
Add Dolphins -9.5 to
Not
Mike's
doing
card.
it.
No, no.
Add it right here on
Not
Mike's
doing it.
card.
It's not gonna be
the
bad.
mortal?
No.
Ooh, if you live change the mortal, I'll add it.
I would
So
never
hard.
change my mortal. It's the easiest bet of all time.
Wow.
Lastly, all right, Mario, give us your card.
Bad.
What is up, degenerates? It is Mario coming at you guys right now with my NFL card for the week. NFL, a lot of lines that I really like this week. So, my Mortals NFL, Jags -8. Just a lot of games that I'm really digging. So let's get right into this card. First off, going to take the Commanders +9.5 against the Dolphins. The Commanders just always find a way to stick in the game. They always cover. They play up to their competition. You've seen that twice with the Eagles, with the Cowboys. Just give me the Commanders +9.5. Dolphins are good, but they're not that good. I think they can easily lose by a touchdown, still cover, lose by field goal, if Sam Howell plays out of his mind. Next is going to be Cardinals +5.5 against the Steelers. Again, this is just a spot where I don't think the Steelers are that high scoring of a team. The Cardinals are a little bit hit or miss, but I just think this week, I don't know, 5.5 just seems like too much. Just seems like way too much for a Steelers team that isn't that reliable on offense. And it's also my upset. So Cardinals +5.5. Sorry, Ryan. Sorry, Tyler. Had to fade you guys this week. Next, we got Broncos +3.5 against the Texans. This is a really scary one because looking at this, you're like, the Texans should easily cover 3.5 against the Broncos. But secretly, the Broncos are on a 5-game win streak. So they're finding a way to get it done. And, beating tough teams. They beat the Chiefs a few weeks ago. Just give me the Broncos +3.5. I think, if anything, they make it a game. Not saying that they're going to win, but, hey, maybe Texans win off a field goal at the end. Who knows? And, if they do go off and Russell Wilson looks like Danger Russ, MVP Russ, then it could be an easy spot, if they ever have the lead. Next is going to be 49ers -2.5 against the Eagles. 49ers, to me, look like the best team in the NFL. I mean, their defense is playing out of this world. Eagles, don't get me wrong, they're finding a way to win games, but they're kind of scraping by. 49ers, I just think in this spot, kind of reset the Eagles. I think the Eagles kind of need to lose a game to kind of wake up. So I just love the 49ers in this spot. I think 49ers will get up big for this game, similar to when they played the Cowboys earlier in the season and their defense and offense, everything was firing on all cylinders. I just think similar spot this week. Next is going to be Chiefs -6.5 against the Packers. I was scared when I saw this line initially, But then I remembered the Packers look kind of good against the Lions, so maybe that's why they have it at 6.5. I don't really know. I just think the Chiefs are miles better than the Packers. They will win this game by a touchdown, like 100%. So Chiefs minus 6.5. Not much to say there. I'm always taking Mahomes. And last but not least, Bucks minus 5 against the Panthers. Panthers, wow, it's tough. So, yeah, Bucks aren't that great either, but, the Panthers is tough to watch. So, nothing to say there. Divisional game, it'll be tough, but, Bucks are just way better. So, Bucks minus 5. And that is it for NFL. So, that's all I got for you guys this week. Hopefully, not this week, but next week, I will be back in person on the pod with all the guys. But until then, let's go undefeated. Bang.
What a great card, Mario. And that concludes all of our best bets for the week.
Ooh, yeah.
We gave you out Mortal Lock Parlay on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
Let's recap that Mortal right now.
We should, right now.
Hey, if you like free money, I need you to listen up right here.
The Subscriber Picks Parlay is a free roll we give to every subscriber, allowing anyone the chance to win up to $1,200 each week.
We put our own money at risk every single week on our 5 best bets, what we call Mortal Locks.
And if our parlay hits, we'll be raffling off all of our winnings to one lucky subscriber who supports our amazing show.
Like the videos, comment on the videos, click that subscribe button below. We've already paid out $350 in our Mortal Lock Parlay winnings, and you're gonna be next.
As we've already hinted to a couple times throughout the show, the Mortal Locks were given out on Thursday. Right now, it's time to recap them and tell you what you are sweating as a subscriber for your free roll parlay.
Free roll.
Sweat.
If all 5 of these bets hit, we're going to pay you $1,100. So listen up and listen close. Mario's Mortal, Jacksonville Jaguars, minus 8.
Light in the sand.
Mike's Mortal, Houston Texans, minus 3.5.
Shout out AFC South.
Tyler's Mortal, my Mortal, Washington Commanders, plus 9.5.
So sharp.
Ryan's Mortal, Rams, minus 3.5.
Love it.
Kai Williams back.
And Tate's, the Saturday game, SMU, plus 4.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get
Start us
going,
off
baby.
hot.
Lines of fraud.
Start us off hot.
Smooth.
So
Go smooth.
all 5 of those hit. We're going to pay one lucky subscriber, one person who likes, comments, and is subscribed, $1,100.
Come on now.
We were 4-1 last week. Let's go 5-0 this
We're
week.
doing it.
It's time.
This is it.
And that was the
something.
show, gentlemen. A lot of NFL action. Just the 4 of us kicking it, giving us our bets.
Just
And
the
I
two
really
of
love.
us. We can make it if we try.
Go ahead, Mike.
Just the two. All right, sorry. You and I.
There's nothing else for me to say.
There's nothing.
Mike, why don't you close out the
you
show?
close it out.
Tell
You go
everyone
for
what
it,
they
Mike.
should do
Holy
before they
smokes.
hit that exit button.
Well, here's what you should do. You should scroll down a little bit, see it where it says subscribe, and then click that button, make sure you're subscribed, and scroll up a little bit, go to your thumbs up, make sure you like, and then scroll back down a little bit, type a little comment, leave us what you think, let us know what we should do next, and bing bang boom yourself into a raffle because you can win $1,100 and turn the notification bells on so you go ding ding ding.
Bang!
Let's win some money, baby.
Good luck this weekend. We'll see you on the pod next week.